Hi Aries, and welcome to your monthly tarot reading for the month of June 2020. So as always, this is going to be a general reading. We're going to have a look into your past, present and future just to see what key themes and energies we have going on. But as this is for the whole sign of Aries, do be sure to check out your moon sign and rising sign as well, because there might be messages for you in there. Just take whatever's for you and leave what isn't, because it'll be for another Aries. So the only way to get an accurate reading that is totally for you and your life is to head to the link just underneath this video and get a personal tarot reading of your own. But for now, let's see what key themes and energies we have for the month of June 2020. Okay, so starting off in your past Aries, the first thing that I want to mention is that there has been a big change in the plans that you thought you were going to have going forward. So for some of you, this is specifically in relation to relationships and your home life. You thought things were going to go a certain way. You thought you were going to live in a certain house or a certain place, and there has been a big transition there. It hasn't worked out exactly as you thought it would for some of you, and this is in the past, so this is something that's happened previously, but this could be something like the ending of a relationship, moving out of a house that you thought you'd be in for longer, something like that. But your plans for the future with regard to your home and family life have changed. There's been a transition there in your past. There's also a message here about you really finding your calling, and this is particularly for the females among you Aries, because I have the Nine of Pentacles, which is a woman, and the Empress. So this is saying that for those of you, particularly those of you who are Aries female, you're really finding that you can make money by doing what you love, or you're starting to figure out, okay, this is what I really feel my calling is. How can I really manufacture that to become a way of making income? Maybe so that I can leave a job that I'm not so happy in, or so that I can have a more fulfilling way of life. But the message here, this is still in your past, is that some of you have definitely figured out that it is possible to make money by following your calling. So you've either started on that path, or you're looking for ways that you can create this real abundance by following your calling and your life purpose that the universe really wants you to move forward with and really bring into the world. And then the energies of your past Aries, not surprising at all. I have the Knight of Wands. So in the tarot, the wands are for the fire signs. So it's obviously Aries is. And the Knight of Wands is very much an Aries energy. It's moving forward. It's go, 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 being fiery, being passionate, and being super motivated. And the energy of your past is all about that energy of moving forward with fire and passion and gusto, I suppose would be the word, with relation to building your future. So this is going to be in relation to home life, but also in relation to your career and money life as well. And then in your love life, in your past, still in your past, so I have the Lovers card here, and then I have a card about limiting beliefs and realizing where you're putting effort in, where it isn't worthwhile. So this is going to be about finding balance within your love life, realizing that you need to find balance within yourself in order to have balanced relationships. So when the limiting beliefs card comes up in a situation like this is going to mean that some of you are really overcompensating in relationships. You were giving too much to try and make the other person like you, but actually you were giving too much and not getting that much back. It's like you realize that actually I was really trying to make the other person like me, but it wasn't worthwhile. And actually you ended up kind of worse off because of that, because the relationship became imbalanced. But as this is in the past, some of you will have worked through that and realized that within yourself. Okay, so the energy of your present, I have the Wheel of Fortune, which tells me that you're at a turning point in your life, or that there's kind of a momentous situation unfolding with where you are now, and that can be in relation to your spiritual development journey, and also with regard to the structures that you have around you as well. So this could mean big changes that are happening in the institutions that you're in, for example, a company, a university, a school, which obviously makes sense with everything that's going on with coronavirus. So that's a big change that's happening right now. And then for some of you, it's also big changes happening because of your awakening, because you're really waking up and you're seeing things differently and feeling things more intensely than ever before. And I do also have another card here in your present, which is also about spiritual learning and following your intuition. And you're realizing that actually you can follow your intuition to success, financial success, and you're realizing that when you follow your gut instinct, and this can be anything from when you're selling things online, if maybe you feel like, oh, this person's not going to pay, this person's not going to show up on time to collect, something like that, you're realizing that you're right about that. You kind of have this knack and this skill. Or on a bigger scale, it can be a way that you follow your intuition at work, but you're realizing that your intuition and kind of everything that you've learned about manifesting and spirituality and energy and things like that does actually lead you to a position where you can be stronger financially. Okay, and then I want to mention this in your present as well. So there's a situation of conflict in your life, and there's someone who's not being completely honest. So you're having to defend yourself against someone, or there's some situation of conflict. This could be in your friendships, this could be in your family life, or maybe with a colleague, but there's definitely some situation of conflict right now, and it may not be out in the open, which could be what this card is saying. So it might be that you have some kind of simmering resentment towards someone, or you have a problem with someone but you haven't actually said it to them and they might not necessarily know and you're kind of hiding it. That could be what the secret is. So nothing's happening because you're kind of not expressing it. This situation isn't getting resolved. This conflict isn't getting resolved. And then I also have a card here saying you're not wanting what's being offered. So you're not wanting the relationship that's being offered to you. So you're not happy with the way things are with this person, and that's why you have this kind of simmering resentment, this unhappy feelings towards this person, even if you're not necessarily expressing it. But by not saying anything or acting in any way, it means that the relationship isn't moving forward, nothing is changing, and therefore you're going to be just as unhappy in that situation with that person, whoever it is, going forward. So let's have a look in the future then to see what we have. Okay, so there's going to be some change happening, and it's a change that I feel like some of you know is coming, and it makes sense that I have the Wheel of Fortune in your present, and then going forward into the future I have the Ace of Swords with the Three of Swords, my least favorite card in the deck, Two of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. So this tells me that this is something you can feel in your intuition, and you're going to feel that it's coming. And this is like a new idea that you have, or something that you think is going to happen, like maybe someone mentions a new way of making money, a new promotion, something like that, but it doesn't quite work out, causes some grief, some heartache, or there's some complication which causes you some grief and heartache because you then don't know which way to go with it. It's like you have an amazing idea, there's something in the way, or something doesn't turn out how you thought it's going to, and then you have to go back and forth on it. You're like, what's going to happen? What should I do? Should I do this or should I do that? And the guidance is to follow your intuition, that gut feeling. Whatever you think, whatever you feel is going to be right in that situation, okay? And there's good times ahead. So know that when you do eventually come out of quarantine after a very long period of waiting, you're going to see your family and you're going to see your friends, and you're literally going to walk out of quarantine and walk away from a bad situation. So those of you who have been really, really struggling with lockdown, this message is for you, saying that you have good times with your family and friends after a long period of delay, and you're leaving behind a bad situation where you are on your own in isolation. So you're leaving that behind, and you will see your friends and family again. And also in your future we have a wish coming true, and this is something you have really been working towards, and this message is actually chronologically after the one that I just mentioned where there's like a complication or difficulty. So this could be saying that whatever that is gets resolved if it's talking about the same situation, because we have the Chariot, one of my favorite cards, saying you have such ambition, you charge forward, you really have the drive to go and get what you want. and then a wish comes true because of that, and you're willing to put in all of the hard work, take the steps that you need to take, even if they're not exciting. And then the Page of Swords. So this is a card about someone who's an amazing communicator. So this is especially relevant for those of you who are communicators in some way, whether you're a writer, whether you're a teacher, a mentor, a coach, anything like that. Even if you're in marketing, PR, anything which involves communication, this is especially in relation to that. Or it can also be saying that to make your wish come true, you need to make sure you communicate your needs to whoever you need to communicate to. So this means marketing your business as much as possible, letting your audience know what you have to offer them. Or if you're in a traditional job, it can mean putting yourself out there and really letting your boss know what you want in terms of a promotion or anything like that that you're after. So I'm just going to pull some advice cards now. Oh, that really popped out. So I have Ascended Masters. So if you grew up in a religion, this can be saying to connect back with that. So for me, I grew up in Christianity, so when I get this card, I particularly relate to Jesus on this card, and I know it's a time to connect back with Jesus. But whatever spiritual teachers you really connect with, it's a time to call on them and ask for their help. Base chakra, so this is about those of you who feel some instability right now around your kind of home, money and career life, and just saying to work on the energy in your base chakra to make you feel secure again and really work on clearing out your root chakra. All the answers I need can be found within me. Listen to your internal guidance and your intuition. That has come up for you a few times here, actually, that when you're deciding which way to go forward, you already know the answer, so just don't ignore that when it comes up. I forgive myself and others. I allow my heart to heal. So this is going to be in relation to that conflict that you're having, where you're maybe not expressing the issues that you have with this person. Divine timing. Everything will make sense soon. So as I said, you are at this momentous point in your journey where things are changing, there's transitions happening, so it's very natural to feel unstable, uncertain, insecure, but know that it is being taken care of so that you have the best possible outcome from these situations. Forgive. So again, I do feel like this is in relation to the same conflict. Whether in person or in your mind, forgive and move forward. The only person you're hurting by holding on to this resentment is yourself. So I'm going to leave that there to ponder on. So that's it for this month's reading. Make sure you hit subscribe so that you know when your reading comes out next month for the month of July. As always, if you want a personal tarot reading, which is completely unique to you and your situation, then do head to the link just underneath this video. And until then, have an amazing month of June 2020, Aries, and I'll see you next month.